Hello everybody, this is Jandy the Artsy-Rose, and welcome to Philip's story. Today we will be embarking on Chapter 1, or the first half of it. Shall we proceed? Nick is so cute! He's being, you know. Philip, main story, 1. Alone in my room, my thoughts turn to that person. Oh, beautiful princess, I shall release your lovely lips from the force that binds them. With those words, he touched a fingertip to my mouth. His touch was so warm, I could have melted. It was like a dream. I want to see Philip again. It's the first time a gentleman has ever said anything that romantic to me. As I was having these thoughts, I decided to take the king at his word and flew from my room to enjoy my new life in this realm. My memories of when I was alive, were still kind of fuzzy. It was like a jigsaw puzzle where some of the pieces were missing, but some things I could remember vividly. For example, I used to love running around like this. I was feeling a little emotional at how freely my body moved as I sprung into the garden when I crashed into someone who had appeared in front of me. I was about to land on my behind, but the person I had crashed into caught me. I got too carried away and wasn't looking where I was going. The light of Niflheim is full of energy, I see. And Skeletano? Princess, I must say that it is an honor to have the pleasure of meeting you again, but I get the distinct feeling that there was a lot of less enthusiasm when you spoke my name as opposed to Philip's. That's not true. Skeletano's sharp observation caught me off guard. In truth, I had felt a bit elated seeing Philip again so soon, when I'd only just been thinking about him. Are you headed somewhere, Princess? Yes, I am. What about you, Philip? Why am I acting so nervous around him? Oh, me? I walk with Skeletano here, all the while hoping that I might bump into you once more. Oh, did you want to see me about something? Grew fidgety as I asked, wondering what he could possibly want with me. If he had just wanted to see me like I wanted to see him, my happiness would have boundaries. How do you like living in Niflheim? Are you happy living? He was completely sincere in asking after my welfare, and it warmed my heart to know that he cared. Yes, I am perfectly happy. To learn, though. Ever since coming to the castle, Skeleton has been an invaluable help to me, and I directed my enthusiastic words at him. Everyone has been so kind, especially Skeletano. Wonderful praise to have received. I pledge my bones to keep you safe until I go to my grave. I felt so elated by Skeletano's emphatic response that I smiled. We grasped one another's hands. This exchange, and the look on his face showed that he couldn't be happier if it had been himself. That's Bones for you. You can count on him. I'm glad our precious princess has a skeleton like you at her side. What a happy sentiment! And may I add that this amount of calcium and quality is so exquisite. Behold, my beautiful bone structure. And yet oh so fine. Yes, your form is a sight to behold. I found their conversation to be so unique that I laughed out loud. Philip is such a kind person. He's just like a prince from a book. And with that errant thought, I let out a sigh of admiration when... Let me guess. Orlando. I just know it's Orlando. I know it's Orlando. So where are you planning on going, Princess? I paused for a moment at this question. I didn't have any particular destination in mind. He asked me again where I was going, and I realized that I didn't have an answer. Perhaps it's something you'd rather not say. I was still fumbling about for a reply when Philip peered straight into my eyes. He was smiling wearily at me, and I quickly shook. It's not like that. I had thought to enjoy my time here in Niflheim and with that, decided I couldn't just stay put. And I ran out here with no real destination in mind. As I talked, I felt like my actions had been a little rash, and I minced my words a little bit. That's very like you, Princess. Oh, I was just thinking about how suitable it was that the light of Niflheim to be so cheerful and lively. It's nice to have someone say that. The most you would probably find in the castle is literature, so I think it's wonderful that you've come out looking for adventure. You do? I grew a bit dizzy from so much praise, but once my head stopped spinning, I said what was on my mind. Since I'm about to marry my true love, I want to know more about this realm. True love? Huh? What's wrong, Philip? I wondered why Philip had suddenly started looking off into the distance, like his thoughts were elsewhere. I was thinking what lovely words they were. They sounded especially pretty, coming from your lips, Princess. Stop lying! Fess up! I couldn't help but smile at the poetry in my face when... It's true, you do have a knack for seeing things differently. May I ask how you know the king is your true love, Princess? Skeleton asked me in an animated voice. Why? Because it's always described that way in children's books. They teach their true love and they meet their true love and get married, and then they live happily ever after. That is an simplistic response, though, isn't it? I actually know what it is to love. I hadn't answered that question before, and it took some soul searching to find an answer. I love that sound. Skeletano reacted as if he had been shot. What? So no one has ever made your heart go flippity bump, rattle, rattle? No, not really. Rattle, rattle? I was a little overawed by Skeletano leaned forward and spoke at a lightning pace that all I did was nod. What a heart-rending thing to hear. Don't you agree, Philip? Skeletano had brought both hands to it, lamenting loudly. Anything special for His Majesty, Princess? Philip asked out of curiosity. Skeletano sought his agreement. No. There's something special for... something special? I thought back on everything that had happened after I woke up. I haven't felt anything special. Maybe that comes later. Perhaps love is something that grows between two people, after all. So I'm to grow my love with His Majesty? Yes, that's right. That is right. Right, Philip? Yes, you are right. Love is something that grows between two people. Have you done so yourself, Philip? Philip looked like he'd rather not say. I had the impression that I had hit upon a small nerve. Is it just me, or is this chapter killing you? It seems that I'm a passionate person, and it did not take me long to fall in love. He thought back on the memory, smiling in his nostalgia. So you can fall in love right away? That must be deep. I raised my head as I spoke, my curiosity piqued. I wonder what words Philip would use to whisper his love. That's not it. I want to know how love can be whispered. And as I had this thought, Skeletano drew up excitedly. Love is very deep indeed. I am pleased to see our princess showing such interest in the subject. I know. I would recommend that you read this book. And with those words, Skeletano handed me a book that he carried with him at all times. This book has been so invaluable to me that it could be called my after-death Bible. Bones, that's Philip had grown a little panicked upon seeing the book Philip held up, and I gave him a curious look. "What's the matter, Philip?" "Oh, nothing." "This is a wondrous romance novel." "Oh, that sounds brilliant." Right? I'll lend it to you, so please let me know what you think once you've read it. Thank you. This is so kind of you. I'll read it right away. Princess. Impatient to see what the book was about, I had immediately started to turn the pages. "Oh, I'm sorry. It's rude of me to be ignoring the two of you." "No, it's not that." "What is it then?" "Sorry, it's nothing. Would you care to share thoughts with me as well once you've read it?" He spoke after a pause. He smiled and I nodded happily in response. "Of course." I curtsied and went back to my room. I opened the book I had borrowed and started to read without an abandonment. The book Skeletonno had lent to me was a story about a prince who had fallen in love with a tomboyish princess from another country. So this is it. This is the kind of love I want for myself. My chest tightened. What a wonderful story. That night with the book still clasped in my hands. This is... let's see, I guess this... I found myself in a place that was both familiar and unfamiliar at the same time. Feeling confused by that conflicting sensation, I looked all around. Jandy. Princess Jandy! A voice called my name from afar. Who is that? My heart started to pound and I turned to see a figure running towards me. It's Philip? Hello, what brings you here today? I have something I wish to say to you. It was the first time I'd ever seen Philip look nervous as he spoke. Princess Jandy. He knelt before me when he spoke my name. He held me steadily in his hair, and I felt a warm sensation growing inside of me. Whenever I am asleep, you are in my dreams. Whenever I am awake, you are in my thoughts. You have stolen all of my heart. After meeting you, I now know what it is like to not be able to put feelings into words. Oh, these words he is saying to me. The words were familiar to me. They were words from the book Skeletonno lent me. I had grown tired of following you like the moon trails the sun. Will you share each sun and moonrise and set together with me? You mean, please, do me the honor of becoming my wife. It was the first time ever proposed to me, and my cheeks flushed hot. When it came to Philip, I opened my mouth to speak my feelings of joy. Thank you for your lovely words. His eyes grew wide like a child's as he looked up at me. Princess, could you accept my love? It makes me so happy to know that he feels this way for me. My chest felt so tight that it became hard to breathe. This must be that something special. But the words that formed on my lips were not ones that reflected my heart. If only you can bring to me the most beautiful rose in all the land. Only then will I marry you. The most beautiful rose in all the land? Philip spoke the same words as if casting a spell, then looked at me. I do not believe I can find anything more beautiful than you. But I promise to bring this to you. I know I can do this for you, my beloved Princess Jandy. I felt as if I'm about to be drawn into his honey-colored eyes. There was a sense of comfortable closeness, and I closed my eyes softly. And, I will be right back with another video. Bye, everybody.